This is going to be the most expensive unboxing I've ever done on this channel. The folks over at Garmin have sent me a brand new MARQ golfer watch. Now this retails in the UK for £1,700 and in the US it's £1,850. Now of course I'm going to do a full review on this watch and I tell you what, that is a weighty box. But yeah, I'm going to do a full review as soon as possible because I really want to know the answer to the question, is it worth spending all that money on a golf watch? Because let's face it, £1,700, that is a serious amount of money. I mean, you could buy a new car for that. In fact, my very first car only cost me £500. So let's crack on, let's get this open. Let's get off, cut through the little sticker. I'm gonna cut through this sticker as well. There we go, we're in. Okay. Ah, that's interesting. So you've actually got a metal tin. Oh, the lid just popped off there. Oh, right, so that is what you're presented with when you first open this box. That looks premium. And for all that money, well, you'd kind of hope it was premium, but that looks quality. So the lid actually, I think is plastic, it's not metal, but you've got this soft insert there on the bottom of it as well. So you've just got the Garmin etching on it. Let's take out this little front pack first. We'll come out to that later. Let's take out the actual watch in the casing. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that to one side over there. So here we go, show that nice and close up there. That is what you are getting presented with. Maybe the outside is metal actually. Yes, the outside's metal, top feels plastic. And what you've got is these 3 Garmin CT tags. So I think they're normally about £100 for 3. I'll put it up on the screen when I double check. And they screw into the tops of your clubs so you can get some very specific club tracking data. Now, if you want to buy a full set of these, then that's actually going to set you back another £200. Would have been really nice if you got a full set included with this watch. When you're spending £1,700 on a watch, it would be nice to know that actually you've got everything that you will need. You don't need to buy anything else. Straight out of the box, you already know that if you want to track every one of your clubs, you have to spend some more money. So if you take the top here, you've got these little pull tabs. We've got a card. So it says custom golf hole markings etched into the side of the bezel. You can see them on the side there. It's 46mm brushed titanium case. You've got all your golf activities on this top dial here, it says. So we'll play with that in a little bit and in the review. And then we've got a domed sapphire lens and an always on display. So that domed sapphire lens is really key and what sets this apart from pretty much all of the other watches in the Garmin range, because that sapphire crystal, just pop this over here, means that this is going to be ultra resistant from scratches and things like that. So here we go, we're going to take off this peel off the front here. Oh, that felt satisfying. Always feels satisfying to do that. Let's take a closer look at the watch. So you can see here that you've got 5 buttons. So you've got these 2 on the side and then 1, 2, 3 on this side. The website actually says that it weighs 88 grams. And just as a reminder, so this has got a 46mm case in terms of the actual width of it. And the thickness is 14.7mm. As I just pop it on my wrist here, then you can see I've got really skinny wrists. So really, this watch probably isn't going to be suited to me that much. If you've got larger hands and larger wrists, you're not going to notice it. People wear 46mm watches all the time. Now, I don't necessarily see it being a problem in terms of my golf swing. It's not really rubbing on the back of my arm. Another thing that you've probably noticed is that you've got this nylon strap. So you've got all these different textures of green on the strap there. And that's a nice difference because on the approach range, you get a silicone strap. Taking a look at the back of the watch here, you can see you've got this titanium casing. You've got some words on the back too. So you've got things about, let's see, designed at, and then it gives you the coordinates. Titanium, sapphire glass, says it's water resistant to 100 meters. Not that I've ever swum any deeper than about 2 meters in the last 20 years. And you've probably seen on the back as well, you've got this 4-pin connector on the back of the watch for charging it. The bezel on the front is this lovely green color, kind of almost like a British racing green. And the ceramic bezel isn't movable, in case you were wondering. So you've got hole indicator on the top, which is something that pretty much all of the Garmin golf watches have. It doesn't have every single number, so you've got the arrow on the top, then goes all the evens, 2, 4, 6, and so on, right the way around to 18. Something else on the back of the watch is that you can see here you've got various sensors. So This does a lot of heart rate monitoring on it. It will tell you your blood O2 levels, and it has a whole bunch of other kind of fitness and health tracking systems on it. Another close-up element to this watch, when you look at the screen, you can actually see that you've got all the etchings underneath the sapphire glass. At least I assume that's underneath the sapphire glass. So you've just got almost like the second markers there. And then at the bottom there, you've just got the Garmin logo. I think this looks absolutely class. And to be honest, I've got a feeling not many people are going to be able to tell that this is a golf watch. Of course, unless they look there and see the words hole indicator on it. But if you're looking for a proper looking watch, what I mean by that is not necessarily a golf watch that has a ceramic bezel on it like the S62, but it's still quite plasticky at the end of the day. This, with its titanium casing, looks the business. The battery life is a serious feature of this watch. So Garmin say that you can get up to 28 hours of continuous GPS usage. Now I'll let you know in my full review what that translates to in terms of daily use as well as on the course use. So let's take a look through the menus here. If you press, okay, so I actually didn't realize that. That's a total surprise. It's not a touchscreen. It's not a touchscreen at all. So you've got 5 buttons on here. So I'm assuming the bottom one goes down, yep, and the top one goes, no, it doesn't. Okay, the middle one goes up, and there we go. So let's have a look here. Let's just press the middle one, there we go. So your big green button is your actual action confirm button. So with the home screen here, you've got plenty of information. So it's telling me at the top there that I've got 13 days of battery life left on this watch at the moment. It's got a little marker saying my last round. Of course, this is fresh out of the box, so there's nothing to show there. And then on the bottom, it's saying miles. So I'm guessing that's probably something to do with tracking my daily activity or something like that. Okay, so the top left button there, it seems to be just dimming and brightening the display. So this button is your activity button. This button then sends you back. Let's see what this bottom left button does. Okay, so the bottom left button just kind of scrolls through the various widgets. So see here, we've got health stats. So it's saying heart rate, music controller, last activity, golf, telling me sunrise and sunset. Pretty much the same layout and menu structure as the Garmin Approach 62, except this one has a touchscreen on it, whereas this one, you're gonna have to get used to using the buttons. So if we press the activity button there, so you can see it takes us straight to golf. If we just scroll through the menu, we've got swing tempo trainer, log a walk, log a run, and then you've got all sorts of different activities. So biking, strength training, cardio, pool swim, navigation, skiing, snowboarding, store demo. Don't think we're going to use the store demo. And then you can even add other activities to it as well. In fact, if I would have looked closer, I can actually see what all the buttons do because it's actually inscribed on the side of that bezel there. So yeah, start, stop, back, you've got down, up and menu, and light. Interestingly, if I turn that on its lightest mode, it's not incredibly bright. I've got to admit that right out of the box. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I can still see everything on the dial, but if we just grab, let's have a look here. If we grab my iWatch, this is a Series 6, and see if I can just compare those two now. Okay, make sure it's on the brightest mode, which is that mode. There we go, we're just comparing the two. There's a stark contrast there between those two. So you're not getting an OLED screen with this or anything like that. It's not got that wowness and contrast. I think it's gonna be absolutely fine. Of course it's gonna be fine out and about on a sunny day. I've got no worries with it whatsoever. It's just not popping. Okay, so let's just pop the watch on and let's just see what else you're gonna get in the case. I have got very skinny wrists and I've still got I've got 3 additional notches that I could have gone tighter on this watch. So if you're worried about that, then don't be worried. You've got plenty of room on there. You can get that up nice and tight. And actually, if you've got big wrists as well, then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 notches going the other way. Taking a quick look here, as I mentioned, you've got 3 of those CT tags. So you're gonna have to download the Garmin Connect app, and that will actually give you tons of extra functionality on this watch. You can change your watch faces, you can add more apps, you can change all your settings and things like that, but you can specifically tag these sensors to your clubs. Now, if you are wondering what golf functionality you get on the MARQ, then it's pretty much exactly the same as the Approach 62. So you're getting all of the key features on there in terms of your club tracking. You're getting the pin locator mode, which gives you a kind of GPS pointer if you can't see the flag. You're getting the play light mode, so it actually considers slope on your shots. And you're also getting the caddy mode. So as the watch learns how far you hit each of your clubs, it'll actually start giving you suggestions as to what club is probably going to be the best one for you in this situation. And in terms of the GPS, you could get everything you want. You get to the front, the middle, and the back of the green, as also all the various hazards that you're going to want to know about on the course, as well as yardages to layups and also yardages to doglegs. In terms of what you track, you can track your individual clubs, you can track your putting stats, you can track your approach play and your driver accuracy. And I think probably there's something else as well that I might be forgetting. And of course, you can record all your scores on the watch and then transfer them onto the app afterwards. So we've got a little box here and there you go. Look at that. You actually get another strap in the box. So you are getting a green silicone strap if you want to use that instead. This feels pretty similar quality to the straps that you get on the S62. And then what else you're getting in this box here is that you're getting the charger. So you've got a USB-A on the end, and then you've got the kind of crocodile clip, which is pretty familiar with all these watches. That being said, I think that's a different size one. Yeah, it is. It's a different size charger compared to the Garmin Approach range. So you're not going to be able to use those interchangeably if you've got both the watches. Then you also got this little white package. So let's open this up and see what was inside this one. It's probably just going to be your, okay, so that's your warranty card. There we go. So you've got an international warranty card. I think that actually gives you a 2-year warranty with this watch. So more than the standard 12 months that you get on most golf tech. And then on the inside, okay, important safety information. We'll read that later. And then we've got a full-blown manual as well by the looks of things. So there you go. That is what you get in the £1,700 Garmin MARQ Golfer box. Can't wait to get this out on the golf course. Let me know down in the comments, would you even consider buying a watch this expensive? Do you think that it's going to be worth the money? I can definitely see myself wearing this off the course more than wearing the Garmin S62. I tried wearing this as a daily driver. It just stood out like a sore thumb, and I felt a little bit weird wearing what looked more like a sports watch than an everyday driver. If I wore this to work under a shirt, I don't think anyone would notice. And if you are looking for a top of the line golf watch, but feel that £1,700 is just a little bit too much out of budget, then why not check out my full review of the Garmin Approach S62, which I include a link to right here.